Hi writers, welcome back to Writer's Workshop. Yesterday for writing, we began to plan for our first narrative story. We zoomed in on the BTH, or the big thing that happened, and we used those 4 boxes to begin planning for our first narrative story. Today, we will continue planning for that story by touching and telling and sketching across pages. So we will be using our chart that we made yesterday, our BTH chart. So you'll need to take this out, and you'll also need to take out your packets that you got when you picked up your materials from Fisler. So you used your animal report during our informational writing, and then also in that packet there were different packets that look like this. They're stapled together, and they're packets of 2 pages front and back, 4 pages total. So take this out and take your BTH page out that you did yesterday, and I will show you what we are doing today for Writer's Workshop. All right, writers, so today we are continuing on with planning for our narrative story, and it's very important for us to plan before we start writing, because if we don't make a plan, our story details get left out, and sometimes we don't stretch out our big thing that happened. So with a narrative story, we really want to make sure that it's a focused amount of time. It's just a small seed story. It's not the whole watermelon. So that's why we really need to make sure that we touch and tell and plan and sketch across pages before we start writing. So yesterday we used this chart, and now what we're going to do is we're going to touch and tell across pages. So I wrote my name on the top, and then I'm also going to write my title. So I'm going to say Pieing Coach Trevor. And I'll underline my title. And then I'm also going to go into the bottom circles, and I'm going to write the page numbers. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so touching and telling across pages. So first I'm going to touch and tell. So first, G5 lined up outside of our classroom because we won the most participation for that day in the Apex fundraiser. We lined up right outside the classroom at the end of the day. Page 2. Next, a student in our class, Ravenna, was selected to pie Coach Trevor in the face. So Coach Trevor handed Ravenna the tin plate full of whipped cream. She held it with an excited face. The class began to count down. 3, 2, 1. Suddenly, Ravenna took the pie and tossed it into Coach Trevor's face. He had glasses on so it didn't get in his eyes. He screamed, "Ah!" The whole class laughed and cheered. There were even parents watching because it was the end of the school day. Mrs. Biller I was recording on my cell phone because it was so funny. Coach Trevor said, "Oh my gosh," and then he congratulated G5 for having the most participation for that day. And then he went to the front office to make announcements. It was so fun pieing Coach Trevor in the face. Okay, now that I have touched and told across the pages, now I'm going to do a quick sketch. So I'm going to draw the pictures today. And I'm not going to spend so much time on this. I'm going to do a quick sketch. So I'll start with outside of G5 and G6 are the 2 pillars, and then there's the overhang. And it's like the 2 brick walls. This is where all of our backpacks go. Oops. So I'll draw all the little backpacks here. And then I'm going to draw all the students that came out of G5 and gathered around Coach Trevor. And then here he is holding the plate in his hand. all of the students are coming out, and we have 32. All 3 first grade classrooms have 32 students, so there's lots of kids. Okay, and right now I'm not going to spend the time drawing the faces, but when I'm publishing I might go back and do that. And then I'll have Ravenna standing in the front, the big smile. I'll actually draw her body. Okay, and then I'll draw myself, Mrs. Biller, in the background. With my hand up with my cell phone, recording. Okay, so I sketched my picture for the first part, and then I will continue drawing my pictures. So my second picture would be probably like this, the back of Ravenna's head getting ready and the whole class counting down. All right, so today I'm not going to take the time to do it because I know you know what to do. So today, writers, you will continue planning before writing for your narrative story by touching and telling across the pages and then drawing the pictures. All right, writers, thank you.